What is going on, everybody? WrestleSTAR here. We are going to be talking about two topics today, and I think they're quite interesting. One of which is why Seth Rollins, the current World Heavyweight Champion, has made his return to NXT. Of course, he was the inaugural NXT Champion. We're also going to be talking of a little AEW news. Coming out of the June 7th, 2023 edition of Dynamite, we now know what the main event will be for the June 17th premiere of AEW Collision that will feature the return of CM Punk and why I think AEW made a mistake in their booking plans. That is what is on the docket today. So, with that being said, let's get into the Seth Rollins news. Obviously, Seth Rollins, inaugural NXT champion, he helped build that brand when it came out in, around 2012 or so. Either way. And he's gone on to be one of WWE's biggest stars ever since then. Now, look, he's freshly crowned the World Heavyweight Champion. He defeated AJ Styles in the tournament finals at Night of Champions over in Saudi Arabia. And then fast forward to the June 7th edition of NXT, which closed with former NXT champion Braun Breaker challenging Seth to not only make a return to NXT, but to also face him in a match. Now, I've covered this in a previous video, but I wanted to kind of elaborate as to why they're doing this following a new report that came out. And we still have no idea whether or not it's going to take place on NXT TV or the Great American Bash special PLE that's going to air on Peacock in late July. I think July 26th is the date, but I could be off on that. So, Dave Meltzer pointed out on Wrestling Observer Radio that, look, Nick Khan, WWE president, who last month had done a few speaking engagements regarding the company and their overall and future plans, talked about what they're trying to do with NXT. Now, look, over the last year, NXT has gone over various changes, whether that be the rebranding of NXT 2.0, whether that be the dropping of the 2.0 name, changes to the product, as well as using main roster talent, whether that be AJ Styles, Johnny Gargano, Natalya, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. I'm sure I'm missing a few off the top of my head. Coming back to NXT or going to NXT for the very first time. And we had known up to that point that they were just doing that just to try to boost ratings. And that was reported for a while, and Nick Khan confirmed it. And so once Rollins came back, everyone's like, well, why are they doing Rollins and Braun? Well, as Meltzer pointed out, Nick Khan just talked about it. You boost ratings. You also get main roster talent, a refresher. They get to work with younger talent. That's what they're doing with Baron Corbin and Mustafa Ali as well right now. As well as by driving up the television ratings for NXT when said media rights deal with the USA Network comes due, which we don't know necessarily exactly when it's coming due, but let's just say 2024, because that's when WWE's Raw and SmackDown TV rights deals are up with Fox and USA Network. You can drive a higher bargaining price, right? Whether that be from the USA Network, whether that be from another network. And so that's why they're having Rollins come back. Shifting gears, CM Punk. So Tony Khan announced on the June 7th edition of AEW Dynamite that CM Punk is going to be making his return in a match. Yeah, a match. So they previously announced that Punk would be back on the premiere episode of AEW Collision in Chicago at the United Center on June 17th. Something that was a really bad kept secret, right? And so they announced that Punk is going to team up with FTR to take on Bullet Club. And so a lot of people have praised that decision, and a lot of people have criticized that decision. And I'm going to be one that criticizes it. I think AEW missed an opportunity with this announcement, with this show, with the return of Punk, and here's why. You could have got two things out of one stone, right? You could have killed two birds with one stone, as the saying goes. You could have had, and this is what I think they should have done. I think you should have had Punk return, do a promo, and turn heel in the process. And then, to extend this, right? In a perfect world, I think you should have saved Punk his return against a New Japan guy at Forbidden Door, which so happens to take place 8 nights later after June 17th premiere of Collision. You could actually go in a lot of different ways in terms of how you want that promo to go. Either way, it leads to a match, a dream match at Forbidden Door. You could save the Punk heel turn afterwards. Whatever. He's turning heel, I think. Or another option you could have done is you could have had Punk's return the following week. Either way, they, I think, are blowing this. Now, I understand that you could make the argument, well, have him wrestle and then you could save his promo for the following week. Yeah. But everyone is going to be buzzing about Punk and what is he going to say. You're taking and you'll still have that, but it's not as such of a great demand as to, I wonder what Punk's going to say. I wonder what Punk's going to do. I wonder what Punk's direction is. Also, you got to keep in mind, fun fact, a wrestling program does better ratings and keeps audiences when they're not having a wrestling match. Yeah. Wrestling programs typically lose viewers, typically, not always, typically, when there's a wrestling match going on. They increase viewers in promo segments. Promo segments, not video packages, not backstage segments. In the ring, I'm talking what's going to happen. I could be off. Let me know down in the comments area below. Please consider dropping a like on this video. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel for more wrestling content.